Hey guys, this is Prince Sports. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe to sports content. And don't forget to watch more videos right now.
Okay, in the time of the day, everybody, welcome. It's that weekend, the round table. Okay, this is where I talk about numerous things in sports, and there's numerous things that goes around in the league. But this is not going around in the league right now. But this is just something I want to talk about. I want to talk about battle of the shooting guards. Now, when you think of the top shooting guards in the league, well, not in the league of all time, I always say is Jordan then Kobe, you know. But then everything else, you could start doing a debate on for who's number three, you know. So I'm gonna do a little tournament. We're gonna do our first shooting guard debate or battle, and that battle is going between Allen Iverson versus G Wade Flash. So we got the answer versus Flash. All right. Now we're gonna break this down into several categories. Basically, categories that I'm gonna pick, and we're gonna break down the players and see which ones that fits the criteria of being considered to be better. Okay. One is winning. Two is awards. Three is stats. Four is passing. 5 is finishing at the basket. 6 is shooting. 7 is dribbling. 8 is defense. Okay? So, now, let's start off with the winning aspect to it. Okay? Now, anybody that knows basketball is no stranger to the fact that D Wade is more of a proven winner than Allen Iverson. I mean, from a team accomplishment standpoint, Wade got 3 rings and Iverson has 0. So that alone takes him out of the winning category, so to speak. But hold up, pump the brakes a little bit. You may say, hey, Allen Iverson never got to play with Chris Bosh or LeBron James, arguably a top 5 greatest basketball player of all time. Okay, take that argument out. What about 2006? Wade led a beat-up Shaq and an old Gary Payton to a championship. Not only did he lead them to a championship, he won. Okay, he led them to the finals and won. And he single-handedly had one of the greatest finals showcases in history. I mean, he was a one-man team, basically. And he took on that whole team by himself. And he was a beast, you know. He was a beast to such a point that Dirk had nightmares of that 2006, and he wanted to get revenge on Dwayne Wade 2011. And Jason Terry would always say, hey, Dirk, 2006. He would use that as motivation to get, Dwayne Wade back motivated. I mean, not Dwayne Wade, Dirk Nowitzki back motivated to beat Dwayne Wade. Okay? So the winning category goes to Dwayne Wade. So that's a point for Dwayne Wade, 0 for Allen Iverson. All right? Let's move up to the awards category. Now, this is when it gets a little bit tricky. Iverson is an MVP. He's also a multiple-time scoring champ. Things that Wade never was. Wade never won in an individual category. Wade is lacking compared to Allen Iverson, what surpasses him in that. So they both get interesting stats in that number. Now, you can make a case in 2009 that Dwayne Wade could have been the MVP. A lot of people say he got robbed, but nevertheless, he didn't win. All right, Iverson did get an MVP and multiple scoring titles, and he was a great defender too. On the first team defense, and he had leading the league in steals. So the individual awards goes to Allen Iverson. All right, so that's 1-1. Now we go to stats. Now this is a no-brainer for stats. All right, Dwayne Wade is a more efficient scorer, more timely, and a more effective scorer than Allen Iverson ever was. Okay, even when he didn't have that much talent around him. All right. He played winning basketball more than Allen Iverson, who was trigger happy a little too much, shot the ball a little too much, and missed a little too much. So, without further ado, we're going to give the stats advantage to Dwayne Wade all the way. And I mean, I take Mr. Efficient over volume scoring and shot jacking any day of the week. Now, passing is where we take a little break. So we got 2-1. Dwayne Wade is up on Allen Iverson. So here's Iverson has to try to make a comeback right here. All right. Now we got passing. They're both good passers, believe it or not. Allen Iverson is a very underrated passer. Dwayne Wade is a great passer. He's a great player that could get lobs up and play within the system. This is very close, but I'm going to give the edge to Dwayne Wade because he does playmaking passing. Iverson passed the ball a lot of times when he had to give the ball up, or he just seen an open guy and he passed the ball to him sometimes. As far for playmaking ability, there's two forms of passing. Playmaking ability, you got to give to Dwayne Wade, so I'm going to give him the edge. So Dwayne Wade gets that. So that's 3-1 on Allen Iverson. Now, finishing at the basket. Oh, my God. Dwayne Wade was one of the best finishers at the basket for the two-guard position. Okay? He did a bunch of crazy layups around the rim. And Allen Iverson was no stranger to finishing at the rim, too. Actually, that was his bread and butter. And he was undersized finishing at the rim. So keep that in mind. This is hard, but believe it or not, I'm going to give the edge at finishing at the basket to Allen Iverson because he had to do it in such difficulty. He's an undersized guard. So for him to finish at the basket against some giants was crazy. And he had the speed to go along with it. So I'm going to give Allen Iverson the edge at finishing at the basket, but Dwayne Wade is close. I'm giving Allen Iverson the edge by a nose hair. Okay? By a nose hair. All right? Okay? So that's 3-2. Dwayne Wade is still up. Okay? Now we get to shooting. Okay, both of these guys aren't the world's best shooters in the world. No, for a shooting guard, they're both not great shooters. They're both kind of like undersized point guards. Yeah, both of them are like, well, Allen Iverson could be a point guard. I mean, he's a perfect size. He's an undersized shooting guard. And Dwayne Wade is somewhat of an undersized shooting guard, too. He could be a point guard. So they're both undersized in that aspect. But I'm going to give the shooting edge to Dwayne Wade because Dwayne Wade is a better mid-range shooter than Allen Iverson. I mean, he's a more efficient mid-range shooter than Allen Iverson. So I'm giving Dwayne Wade that. So we got 4-2 so far. All right. Now dribbling. Oh, come on. Guys, come on. Dribbling? Who else I'm going to give that to but Allen Iverson? I'm not going to even get into much of a debate with this. I mean, because Wade has a good Euro step. He has good moves. I mean, but that's not dribbling. That's a skill set move that you use to score. All right. So, yeah. Man, this is easy. This is really easy. This is Allen Iverson. So, we getting close here. I think it's 4-3 so far. Wade is still up. Okay, and now we're gonna break it down into the last one. Okay, this could make it either a tied 4-4, or this could break who's the better shooting guard. The last one is defense. Okay, now Wade was one of the best defenders, best shot blocking shooting guards of all time. He blocked shots from guys 10 times his size. He's a great one-on-one defender, off the ball defender. Iverson was better at getting steals, from when you inbound the ball or off the ball steals, stuff like that. But Iverson in no shape or form because of his size kind of has to take the L in this. So without a doubt, I got to give defense to one of the best defensive shooting guards, blocking shooting guards of all time. He holds the record for that, actually. So without a doubt, that goes to Wade. We got 5-3. Wade beats Allen Iverson in better shooting guard. So the winner of this debate Who's the better shooting guard? Is the man himself, Flash, aka three-time champion, Mr. Dwayne Wade from Chicago, Illinois. Shout out to Dwayne Wade. Peace. Yo, Prince Sports here. Don't forget, comment, like, subscribe. I heard you like to paint houses. Yeah, I know what that's from. That's from The Irishman. Martin Scorsese's mafia flick. I was watching that yesterday, man. Man, that movie was long as hell. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. But yeah, it was a good movie. But I want to talk about Kareem saying basically he felt disrespected, and basically saying he felt disrespected because ESPN did this stupid ranking of ranking the best college basketball players. And I don't know what criteria they was using to rank, but they ranked Michael Jordan as the greatest college basketball player. Now, it's one thing to call Michael Jordan the greatest basketball player of all time in the NBA, in pro sports, but when you said he's better than Kareem in terms of college, I don't know. That's kind of debatable. I mean, you could argue nobody had a better college basketball career than Kareem, man. Yeah, this is another attempt by the media. I guess I don't know. Putting Jordan at number one. I mean, listen, I do think Jordan's the greatest basketball player of all time, but we don't have to rank him number one in everything. I mean, just because it's basketball related doesn't mean you have to put Jordan number one at everything. I mean, sometimes you have to have a little objectivity and appreciate other players for some of the great things that they did. To say Jordan's the best at everything in basketball is kind of like crazy, man. He's not the best dribbler. I mean, if you want to things of that nature, 3-point shooters, stuff like that. I mean, you got to give credit to other players too. Like I think Steph Curry's the greatest 3-point shooter of all time. It's a little crazy to give that award to Jordan, but these guys, man, they were they would give that award to a player like Jordan. I mean, it looks like Jordan can't do no wrong in the eyes of most of these media critics, and so I do understand Kareem being upset about that. Me personally, I won't even really get into it of ranking the best college basketball player. I don't even have an opinion, to be honest with you. I don't really have a certain player I could pick as the best college basketball player because there's so much great college basketball players that came along the ranks, but when they went pro, they weren't the best player as being a pro basketball player. Keep in mind, in order to get to the NBA, you have to play college basketball, so to speak, and you have to have a good career. There's a lot of guys that looked like they was the best thing since sliced bread when they played college basketball, but when they turned NBA players, that was a complete different story. But if I had to narrow it down to one player being the best college basketball player, since Kareem was always like in conversations with Jordan for best pro basketball player, if people didn't pick Jordan, they picked Kareem most of the time, or Magic, players such as that standpoint. I'm gonna go with Kareem as being the best college basketball player of all time. I'm gonna give him that because we took the best NBA player title away from him and gave that to Jordan. So I'm gonna give that to Kareem, and I understand, if he's feeling some type of way about it. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's just a ranking, man. I mean, you can't get caught up in your feelings about it. It is what it is. So Kareem, best college basketball player of all time. I'm gonna give that to him since he's in his feelings. Peace on that one. All right, in other news, according to Brian Windhorst, this is according to him, the NBA is looking not to return. It's looking to cancel the season in general, meaning the regular season will go to waste, and there would be no NBA crown champion. So that could very well happen. If that does happen, um, it'd be a wasted year for a lot of players. More in particular, LeBron James and Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard having knee issues. Um, his career is not going to get any better with those upcoming issues. It's just going to increase as the years go by. LeBron is getting older. He'd be going into his 18th season, I believe. And winning a championship in your 18th season is highly unlikely. I mean, this was the year for him to give a championship to LA. I mean, the Lakers was kicking butt. They were a top team. So those two guys will probably suffer it out the most, because next season Kevin Durant is coming back, Kyrie Irving is coming back, and everybody's coming back fully healthy. So if the Lakers wanted to sneak a championship in, this would have been a perfect year to do it. And now it looks like the efforts may go to waste. So sucks for the fans as well, because we can't get to see a good NBA season, and we're gonna have to left with the question mark of who's gonna win the championship this year. We're not gonna know now. The whole thing is put in jeopardy, which sucks. On to my next one. Also, recently, Skip Bayless, the ultimate LeBron James troll, the ultimate LeBron James hater, said LeBron James is hating on Michael Jordan. I believe this is from a segment LeBron did, or a comment LeBron made on Instagram, saying that he should do a documentary on his greatest moments, and he should post it up on Instagram, something like that. We all know Skip Bayless is the ultimate LeBron James troll. He built his career on LeBron James, and he was notorious and famous for hating. This is the same guy that left ESPN because they got tired of him talking negative about LeBron, and he couldn't talk negative about LeBron to the degree that he wanted to, because ESPN and Disney didn't want him to keep saying negative stuff. So this guy decides to leave ESPN, goes to Fox Sports, forms a show with Shannon Sharp called Undisputed, after coming from the show with Stephen A. Smith, First Take, because ESPN wasn't having it no more. They got tired of him and his antics of clout chasing LeBron every 2 seconds. This guy's a LeBron James jock scrap stiffer. He's always on LeBron's case. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this guy's probably in his house, following LeBron's every move. LeBron could go to the bathroom and take a dump, and Skip Bayless would say, "Oh, that dump is related to Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan would never do that." Man, get this clown off TV, man. I mean, you got all these ass kissers on TV. You got Chris Broussard, that's a LeBron James lover. You got Shannon Sharp, a LeBron James lover. These guys, nobody here on these sports networks have objectivity. They seem to have a biased agenda, which is kind of sucks and stupid, Be real with it, man. I mean, you got Stephen A. Smith, so-called being real, but this guy, he only talks good about players that he has a relationship with, because he could continue to get them on his show so they could do interviews with. This stuff is so rigged and set up, it's not even funny. But nevertheless, we still watch this set up rigged entertainment that they have on sports. I say it again, I say it before, I'm gonna say it again. The best sports analysts are guys that you find here on YouTube. Guys that have a good majority of them don't have bias and gender. Some of them are just speaking from the heart. They're just saying what they think, They have no investment in it. They're not making money off these guys' names like Skip Bayless and all these other people. But you could continue to get brainwashed by some of these guys, or you could just start forming your own opinion and stop agreeing with everything you see on TV. There's nothing wrong watching it, but just understand the fact that it is rigged. All right, next topic.